This is Realm of Chaos, and I have never played any of the rules within these books, but the effect it's had on me is, well, a lot. Now, my copies are severely water damaged, as you can see, but look at how special these books are. The art and ideas and beautiful imagery. It goes on and on and on. Look at the mold. No good. I've never played a game, but I've definitely stolen a lot out of these books. And every time I look at them, I find something new. Beauty. And the story goes that a lot of content was cut from these two books in order to make a third one that never came out. Except some of that cut media has been found and compiled into a third book. And now there's no beautiful images like you come to expect from the Realm of Chaos books. There is some very inspiring writing. So inspiring, I didn't print the rest because there's about 50 pages and I didn't have the ink. But I did print one particular page for the project I want to build today. Pyramid to the all-seeing eye. Now get this, I love this concept so much because it's a pyramid, I assume dedicated to Tzeentch. It's built of stone, and on one face of the pyramid is an eye. And once that pyramid is activated, it changes the terrain around it. So bloody cool, and I want to make it because I've been working on a Chaos Waste table. It's over here, looking very sad. I'm coming back, don't worry. I think I might go with foam for the pyramid. I've been mulling over the materials in my head all day, and like, you know, cereal box cardboard, it folds up nice. I could draw up a template into a pyramid shape and fold it. Or I could use the advantage of foam, which is that it's texturable. I can draw in bricks and all that sort of stuff. I have this blue insulation stuff, and I also have white foam from packaging, and I've been collecting this because it's an incredible shape. There's something kind of chaos about it that I'd love to try to incorporate. The true battle though. The rain's really picking up, so hopefully you can still hear me. Do I make a pyramid like the Egyptians, or do I make a pyramid what I think Tzeentch would make? Now obviously you're going to say make the one that Tzeentch would make, but I think that's actually going to be a lot harder. I'm going to use a dot of foam safe super glue, maybe 4 little dots, and spray kicker on this other piece I want to connect, and that should be a pretty instant bond. Should be. The foam safe stuff is a lot slower. Nice, okay. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. Okay, at the first cut, at an angle, then eyeball that until it's in the center. I really wanted to do a 3-sided pyramid. I thought about it for ages, and I paced back and forth, and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna have to get on with it. Geometry is hard. We're going with 4 sides, and then we can work out 3 sides in a minute. Sure, I can design a little jig or something for my hot wire cutter using 3D printing. But let's go with this one for now. You know who would have the answers? Woodworkers. A hot wire cutter is basically like a table saw, right? Thank you, Flock Roll Projects. I'll think about it. I'm liking this offcut. Oh, we have these.
Using old packaging foam is such a classic early terrain build. It was like one of the first things I made terrain out of. My friends made terrain out of. Old club terrain I've been to has old packaging foam as terrain. And I was really excited to use this stuff and try to elevate it. And that's why I cut it into nice thin slices.
Yeah, I like where this is headed. I think this feels kind of Zinchi a little bit. A little bit Necron, but I think we can pull the Zinch aspect.
Essentially, by slicing this foam thin, it goes from being like a structure, a sci-fi structure that we recognize, to it being more like a greebly. And I think I want to cover my wasteland terrain with fragments of this stuff. The only downside to this foam is the texture, and it doesn't hold texture very well, and it breaks easily, so we've got to coat it in something.
I think I'm going to cut this in half. Instinct tells me that that's a chaotic thing to do, which would be great for Zinch.
Making stuff isn't a linear process. It always has twists and turns and stuff, and sometimes you just got to go with the flow. And even though I invested quite a bit of time into this piece already, I had to take that risk. You know, big risks, big payoffs, and I think it could really elevate this if this actually looks any good. To accentuate all the cracks, I did some detail work with a handheld hot wire cutter and also a soldering iron.
On one face of the pyramid is carved an eye. From time to time, the eye opens and surveys the surrounding area. Well, I reckon we need to put a big eye right here. A big eye right there. And I think a old deodorant roll-on is the perfect shape. Got it.
I was really feeling like this was headed more Necron, and I wasn't digging that, but honestly, now that I see all the scarring and chips and cracks and stuff from the hot wire cutter and soldering iron, I think it's really coming together as something that feels otherworldly, but also natural, you know what I mean? I did a lot of exploration with what I thought the eye socket should look like, and in the end I thought simple is better. And I don't want to distract too much away from my brickwork.
And just like that, we've got our first terrain piece for our Chaos Waste table. Well, you know, minus some paint. There's so much cool stuff we could make, like Necropolis, Perfume of Slanesh, Pus Pond, Pool, or Torment of Blood. Let's see what we can do.